Brian, your thoughts right after that?
Well, sure, look, delighted with the win. Delighted to get win down here. It's a hard place to come, and delighted with our display, particularly in the first half. I suppose there's loads of errors that we made in the second half, but in the first half, we were good.
Those 3 goals, really, they were the key moves in the match, and you got them early in the game and then kept Tip at a distance.
Yeah, kind of kept him at arm's length. I suppose they were real tonics for us, like when they came. So we're delighted with it,
yeah. And you had Peter Duggan up there as a real target man, and Tip found it hard to handle him up there because he was really on fire.
Yeah, look, he's exceptionally skillful player. So very good with his hands and very good with his work as well. So anytime the ball is coming, he's almost had time to get a touch on it, whatever about winning it clean, but he's very good to get a touch on it.
Yeah, the work rate that you've got out of this team is it was shown there from the off, and you seem to outwork Tip in a lot of sectors. What do you put that down to? Just that effort?
That is good bunch of guys, good spirit in the team. They work hard. They've been working hard all year. Sometimes you don't get the plaudits for working hard, but the team has been really working hard for the last while. Those performances, wins don't just happen. You have to have the bit of work done. So we felt we had a bit of work done. So yeah, just delighted.
Did you feel Tip were going to claw their way back into that game in the second half, or what were your thoughts there with about 15 to go when it started to get a bit closer?
I suppose we needed a couple of scores, and there was a period that I think we struck 3 in a row, and that made a big difference. Just to give us a bit of breathing space there for the last 10 or 15 minutes. But I suppose if you were looking at it clinically, we didn't protect the lead as well as we could have, so we'd have to improve on that.
Yeah, and you're nicely set up. You've Cork next, but that's a different story, I suppose. Cork love Thurles, much like Clare this year as well.
Yeah, well, look, Cork do love Thurles, and the Cork are good team, serious pace over the field, so it's another big challenge for us.
Do you feel this year has a good chance for Clare this early season to come in second with all the other games played? Did the turnaround for Tip, do you think that affected their performance there in terms of work rate and things?
I don't know. I suppose the worry that we had coming into it was that they would want to get a jump on us at the start. That was the fear that they were up to the pace of Munster Championship, and I suppose we put a lot of focus on that. We were hoping that they wouldn't get a jump on us and that we wouldn't be chasing the game. So it worked out in our favour.
Any injuries after it?
Yeah, a couple of injuries, so we can just get working on those.
Yeah, so Brian, it's next week, your quick turnaround, isn't it? How do you find that?
Quick turnaround, yeah, so I don't mind the quick turnaround so long as everyone's in the same boat, and everyone is in the same boat. So you get your games and then you get your break, and I think every team has 2 matches, then a break, and then 2 matches. So it's the same for everyone. Thanks.
You must be delighted, Brian, with the spread of scores. I think nine, maybe 10 different scorers throughout the field. 3 of your backs scored points, which is very pleasing.
Yeah, no, that's great. I wasn't aware of it now, but great that there is so many people that are getting on the scoreboard. But it's not all about getting on the scoreboard either.
You came in under the radar. There wasn't a word in the national media this week about Clare, really. So it was a nice way to come into the game, not expecting much from a media point of view. I'm talking about.
Yeah, look, I suppose it's just the way it is. There was so much going on, and really good performances from Waterford and Limerick last week. So I suppose there was a bit of focus on them, in a really big game last night. In the Gaelic grounds, so it's probably natural that there wouldn't be a huge amount of focus on us.
2 points today put you in a great position now going forward. You know what you have to do, but you knew today as well. But this puts you in a great position to have the 2 points going away from Thurles, away from home.
Yeah, look, it was always going to be a massive game coming down here. A massive game for us, to come down to down to Thurles and play tape with the quality that they have. So yeah, we're delighted. We'd have been delighted with a 1-point win. Yeah. So
What area pleased you most, Brian?
what area?
Yeah, like,
I suppose we had worked hard, like, and we felt there was a good bit of spirit, but probably didn't see that in the league. If you're missing a couple of crucial guys, you don't really see the rewards, and the supporters probably don't see the rewards for the work that you're doing. So glad for the boys that that work that they have been doing is rewarded. So yeah, happy enough with the work rate and the spirit.
yeah, you won an awful lot of the rucks. You seem to come out with it most of the time.
Yeah, I suppose in the second half, you'd have to say that that Tip dominated the half back line. Like we struggled to win any sort of ball for long periods of the second half. So obviously that's an area that we'll have to work on.
Brian, it's strange that you won by 11, but you could see you weren't completely stressed out there in terms of Tip never really put you to Peter O'Connor in the second half. You always look comfortable about maybe having to go to fourth or fifth gear.
I don't know. It didn't look comfortable from where I was looking, but
Yeah.
that's I suppose that's probably the way it is. So look, no, I didn't think it was comfortable, but anyway, now it's great.
Brian, you must have been happy to get games into Shane O'Donnell and Peter Duggan to get them back and a big championship game under the belt.
Yeah, no, they were they've been excellent, like, since they've come back. Like, they have worked really hard, both of them, and I suppose it's really great for them themselves personally to get the rewards for the work they're doing.
Ryan Cork, I suppose you shipped a heavy defeat to them in the league. Obviously, you're missing a lot of players. Last year in the championship, there was very little between you. Took a great save from Patrick Collins, laid on to the night Tony Kelly, and you might have gone through.
Yeah, look, Cork are, everyone knows about the pace that's in their team. Really exceptional forwards, some really brilliant ball players all over the field. So that's another challenge. I haven't really thought about that yet.
Cheers, Brian.
Thanks, Brian. Thanks.